He was Canada's longest-serving Prime Minister, someone who led us through war and part of the Great Depression. He's also known as one of the most eccentric and odd people in Canadian political history. Today, we're taking a look back at the time Canada's Prime Minister erased a king, or when king erased a king. In the spring of 1939, King George VI and Queen Elizabeth came to Canada. The pageantry and scope of the celebration is hard to overstate. Millions upon millions of Canadians lined streets, packed buildings, and ran alongside trains hoping to grab a glimpse of the royals.
Today is Canada's Derby Day, and 40,000 people are crowded into the Toronto famous Woodbine Park to watch the 80th running of the Dominion's foremost turf classic, the King's Plate.
After arriving in Banff, Alberta, the King and Queen would pose for photos with then Prime Minister William Lyon Mackenzie King. These photos showed the three chatting and mingling together with beautiful mountains as a backdrop. Here is footage of the three being photographed.
Down from the glaciers come a cool, refreshing breeze. For a day, matters of state are laid aside, and the Prime Minister joins the monarchs for a chat. One may wonder at their seeming obliviousness to the magnificent scenery, but there's a reason. Photographers, like poor relatives, are always present, and even though it is a private day of rest for their majesties, with their usual graciousness, they have consented to pose for the royal trained cameraman.
William Lyon Mackenzie King, the longest-serving Prime Minister in Canadian history, was savvy. He was smart, but he also is remembered as being one of the most eccentric and odd people in Canadian political history. He's remembered often as the bachelor who slept with a photo of his deceased mother above his bed, as the man often having seances with past kings, painters, presidents, and of course, his dear mother. So perhaps through that lens, it's not that odd that William Lyon Mackenzie King would take these flattering photos of himself and the royal couple and have them altered. He would have King George VI cropped out of the photos to appear as though it was solely himself and the Queen. He would use these manipulated photos as a key piece of his upcoming campaign promotion, something fairly risky considering the king was still reigning. Historians are still speculating why he had this done, but the general consensus seems to boil down to the fact that he thought it would make himself look more important. But for William Lyon Mackenzie King, this all seems to make sense, because perhaps his mother asked him to do it? If you are interested in learning more about Canadian history, please make sure to subscribe to this channel, give it a like, and share it.